To transfer data from a stock transfer order to a settled invoice across corporate entities, you must align materials management and sales distribution. Today, we execute both intra-company and intercompany stock transfers using the advanced MM-SD delivery route. Before starting, ensure access to an SAP environment, authorizations for MM and SD, and pre-configured master data for plants and materials. This integration route provides end-to-end visibility across both logistics and finance ledgers in your SAP system. Begin by creating the purchase order. In transaction ME21N, select document type UB and enter your supplying plant. A shipping tab should now appear at the item level. If the shipping tab does not appear, the backend configuration is incomplete and the SD delivery route will not function. Take the PO number into transaction VL10B. Executing this in the background generates an NL type delivery document. Open that delivery in transaction VL02N. In the Picking tab, enter your quantity and specify the storage location before posting the goods issue. Posting the issue triggers movement type 641, confirming that the inventory has left the supplying plant and is now tracked as stock in transit. To receive the goods, open MIGO. Select Goods Receipt against the outbound delivery rather than the purchase order. Selecting outbound delivery is what forces the SD module to update the document flow on both the supplying and receiving sides. Posting this receipt logs movement type 101, which officially places the quantity into the receiving plant's storage location. This path creates a unified timeline from the UB purchase order to the 101 goods receipt. The logistics modules are synchronized without the need for a separate billing step. When crossing company code boundaries, the supplying plant must be treated as a vendor. In ME21N, select document type NB. Use the designated supplier code instead of a plant code and manually enter the material price for the invoice. Create the delivery in VL10B. The system identifies the cross-company parameters and automatically assigns the delivery type NLCC. Post the goods issue in VL02N. For this two-step process, the system uses movement type 643. Movement 643 credits the supplying plant's inventory and debits the cost of goods sold account. This marks the point where the stock exits the sending company's financial books. The supplying plant must now execute an order-to-cash step. Open transaction VF01 and generate a billing document of type IV against the delivery. The receiving plant then posts the goods receipt in MIGO against the outbound delivery, logging movement type 101. The final step for the receiving plant is processing the vendor invoice in transaction MIRO. This clears the GRIR account and closes the procure-to-pay cycle. This process involves 4 financial checkpoints. Accounting documents are generated at each stage to ensure both independent company codes balance their respective ledgers. To understand why the Shipping tab appears, we need to look at the backend SPRO configuration. You must define shipping data for both plants. This requires assigning a sales area to the supplying plant and a customer code to the receiving plant. The purchase order document type determines the delivery type. In the backend, UB is linked to NL for intracompany, while NB is linked to NLCC for intercompany. If you configure a one-step transfer using movement types 647 or 645, you must enter the receiving storage location directly in the purchase order. Without this, the background goods receipt will fail. Correctly mapping these back-end variables is the prerequisite for the system to trigger the automated SD delivery route. This table summarizes the essential configurations for both transfer types. The primary differences start with the document types, UB versus NB, which then dictate the corresponding delivery and movement types. Aligning these codes allows the system to correctly route your data and trigger the appropriate logistical and financial logic across both modules. You may want to screenshot this summary for your notes. Like and subscribe if this was helpful, and let us know in the comments which SAP process we should decode next.